You supposed to say yes?
Yes.
So, we started reading Red Kayak. You guys are in 8th grade, middle school, DLA. Has anybody in here actually read Kayak? Okay. Read Kayak. Yeah. So maybe you can help me out with the first two. So we're going to be doing an anticipation guide where we're making predictions about the future of the plot. And then we're going to watch a few videos that talk about a redemption arc. So, about survivor's guilt. So we're going to start the first three. Rather than making predictions, I'm going to have you guys do some reading comprehension questions that'll help you with. That way you understand a little bit about the plot in case you didn't do your reading. So for the first one, so Brady is our main character. It says, Brady did not call out a warning about the weather to the kayakers. Is that true? Do we agree or disagree? Remember?
I think that's true.
Yeah, I agree with that. So yeah, Brady saw people out kayaking, noticed that the weather was really bad, and he didn't call out any warning. He wanted to, but his friend said he probably should. So Brady fails to find the D'Angelos, those are the kayakers, after they have an accident while kayaking. Do we agree or disagree? We probably disagree. Yeah, good job. So we disagree. So Brady does find Ben. He finds his son. But then afterwards, even though Brady is able to find Ben and rush him to the hospital, it's too late and Ben dies. Is that true? Do we agree or disagree?
Agree.
Yeah, good job. Yeah, we agree. So yeah, that's what happened. So, like I said, this is a theme throughout literature. It's called survivor's guilt. And we're gonna watch a few videos that you guys might be familiar with about that. So, has anybody ever seen The Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Cool. Did you think it was good?
I liked it.
Okay, cool.
All right, boss, these are the top-of-the-line business phone systems we can choose from. Each comes with voice, video,
Okay, so we're gonna watch. Yeah, it's the one with Andrew Garfield. So we're gonna watch a scene from the very beginning of the movie. The main characters that you guys want to pay attention to are Peter Parker, so that's Andrew Garfield, and then there's gonna be an old guy, that's Uncle Ben. So I don't know if you know what happens, but we're gonna find out.
You already probably died.
He might die.
That's 207.
Yeah.
Okay, you're holding up the line. Now, you can leave a penny, you can't take a penny.
What?
You can leave a penny anytime, you have to spend $10 to take a penny. Store policy. You're gonna pay, you're holding up my line.
2 cents.
You can't afford your milk, just step aside. But Daddy didn't give you enough milk money today?
2 cents. We're talking about 2 cents.
Just step aside, kid. Really? Well, not. Somebody stop that guy! Hey, kid, little help?
Not my policy.
Somebody stop that dude! Hey, stop! Somebody stop that dude! Uncle Ben. Call an ambulance! Someone call an ambulance! Oh God, oh my God. Oh God.
So what happens in that scene? What's the main point of the scene? Who dies? Yeah, just anybody.
Uncle Ben dies.
Uncle Ben dies. Okay, so let's make a cause and effect chart. What happens first? A robber tries to do what? You can call it.
Robert tries to, well, successfully takes some money from the cash register.
Okay,
of the
so
store.
robber robs store. Okay, and then what does Peter do? Nothing, exactly. So Peter does nothing. Okay, and then what happens? So then the robber goes where? Yeah.
He's chased by the store,
Okay, and then
and then he runs to Uncle Ben.
and
He shoots him.
yeah, the robber. Yeah. Robber. Uncle. And Peter feels what? Peter feels guilty. Yeah, or what's the word that starts with R?
Remorse.
Responsible.
That's a good one too.
Okay, and why does Peter feel responsible? Because he didn't do anything. He had an opportunity to stop the robber and not let that happen, but he didn't do anything. So he's responsible. He feels responsible. So, how does this compare to our story? So, Brady what? Brady, in our review, Brady sees the kayakers out and he notices the bad weather, and Brady does what?
Nothing.
Okay, then they get into an accident, who dies? His name starts with a B and ends with an N, yeah. So, then what happens? Brady feels, yeah, so this is something that happens a lot throughout literature. So we've already gotten to this part of the book, but now we're gonna watch another scene, and we're gonna again relate it to Spider-Man. We're gonna watch a little bit later, and we haven't gotten quite to the part of the book that translates to this. So this is how we're gonna make predictions.
Why don't I have the new iPhone 15 Pro? At T-Mobile, new and existing customers can get the iPhone 15 Pro with...
Okay, so this is after Uncle Ben dies, and it's like maybe 5 minutes after. And then everybody knows about it, and he has to go back to school the next day. So there's gonna be three main characters. There's gonna be Andrew Garfield, Peter Parker, then a kid with a crew cut, and he's Peter Parker's bully. His name is Flash. And then there's gonna be Emma Stone, Gwen Stacy, who's also gonna be here at the end.
Hey, Parker.
Not today, Flash.
Come on, man. I just want to talk. Feels better, right? Look, your uncle died. I'm sorry. I get it. I'm sorry.
Okay. So what do we see in that scene? Peter goes through what? How would you describe his emotions?
Anger.
Angry. What else do we see? Sadness. Yeah. And would you say like he's just kind of sad? He's like, oh, I'm bummed out, or is it like really intense? Yeah. Yeah. Intense emotions. But then what else do we see? Does he lean on his friends? Is he kind of by himself? How does he feel?
He's like very isolated.
Yeah, yeah. And then, but does he accept the help from Gwen when she comes to like help him out a little bit?
It's like he doesn't necessarily reciprocate it,
Yeah.
but he's not rejecting it.
Okay, yeah, it's like half-hearted.
Yeah.
He lets her, hug him, but it's not like super. So, how does that translate to the book? Well, we're not sure yet. We haven't gotten to that part of the book. But knowing what we do know about the Survivor's Guild, and what that trend looks like, let's make some predictions. So we'll do this together. We'll do the first two together. So Brady will blame himself for the death of Ben. Do we agree or disagree? We agree. Okay. So why do we agree? Because it could be nice and simple. Just in Spider-Man we saw, and then yeah. So in Spider-Man, I'm not gonna remember that, especially if it's so in Spider-Man we see that Peter feels responsible because he did nothing, and that's similar to what happened with Ben. So do we think that Brady will lean on his friends Digger and JT as he deals with his conflicted emotions? No. We disagree. Okay. Why do we disagree? Because Spider-Man did it, but what else? What else do we see?
That would be a boring story.
That would be pretty boring. He just goes and cries to his friends and then it's over and he's over. Yeah, no, we don't see that. So I'm not saying that this is what happens or is not what happens. And I'll give you a hint, he kind of does lean on his friends a little bit. You're not gonna read it, so I'll spoil it. I didn't spoil it for the 8th grade. So yeah, I didn't spoil it for the 8th grade when we did it. But yeah, he does kind of lean on his friends, but he has a falling out with them too. Because why? He has really
Intense emotion.
Intense emotion. Yeah, he's very internally conflicted about it. Especially because he wanted to tell the kayakers about the warning, and his friends, those two, said, "Nah, man, forget about it. We're not doing that. It's not our problem." So, and then somebody died. So that's it. We did making predictions, and what I actually had the 8th grade do was, after we watched Spider-Man, I have them look up stories that have like a similar one, and they came up with some really good ones. Like somebody pointed out like Luke Skywalker, and there was Joel from The Last of Us, and like a lot of really good ones too. And they made good connections with the book. They also read it, so they were a little bit more familiar with the conflict than you guys. But I think that a lot of times, the reason I wanted to do this was because a lot of times in literature, and I noticed it in college as well, people try to come up with these like really profound answers that are like, oh, well, I believe because, and it's like, we're not looking for that, especially in 7th and 8th grade. Like, they overcomplicate it. So I just want them to be like, I think this is what's gonna happen because that's what Spider-Man did. That's a perfectly acceptable answer. I looked at the truth, I understand how it works in other movies and other films, and I'm gonna make predictions based on that. It doesn't always take that form that it does in Spider-Man, but it looks pretty similar. So, making predictions is always good and fun. They respond really well to lessons too, so. But yeah, that's it. So, thank you guys.